Once again, hello, hello, and let's finish off our artwork with some shading and digital art. Let's get started. Biggie Ron here, and let's get started right away with lighting and shading. Once again, these techniques can be used in any digital art program. I'm using Krita myself, so let's go ahead and get on with it. Boop, there we go. There's the little guy. So this is the guy we've, little blue dragon, little baby blue dragon that we've created. You can use any picture of yours too. These techniques work for everything. And if you want to have this guy exactly, I do have videos that I started with this series that you can go ahead and check those out. He's very easy to do, from sketch to inking to coloring. All right, so let's continue. All right, so we got our line art layer and a color layer. Right above that, what you're going to want to do is this. Go ahead and create another layer, and I want you to call this darks, or you can call it shadow. It's up to you. I just might call it darks. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. Okay, you're going to want to, if you're going to want to use basically a mask, or you're going to want to do what's called, oh, what is this thing called? Hold on, let me hover over it. Remember, yes, you're going to have inherit alpha checked for a lot of these. And so this is what this means. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all of these by holding down Shift, or you can hold down Control to select like one at a time. And I'm going to take my darks to my color, and I'm going to put them all in the same folder or the same group. The way you do that is, if you have it all selected, you can just hit the plus sign on make a group, or you could just say add a group layer and drag them in there. So here's my group, and I'm just going to call this Baby Dragon. Baby Blue Dragon, maybe. All right. Now, the reason they're in a group is because when you hit something like inherit alpha, what it ends up doing is, well, I'll just show you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do first all of my shading and stuff in here. And I'm going to start with the shading. So I'm going to get black. Now, something to keep in mind, when it comes to color, the main thing you need to decide is where your light source is actually coming from. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and make another little guy over here. And then check this out. This is just my light source for my sake. And I'm using this to just see where the light's going to hit. So I'll draw some lines of direct, kind of like direct sunlight, right? To let you know what's hitting what. There you go, kind of like that. So that lets me know that all of that's going to be hit, and like over here will be hit. And then I'll take this layer and I'll take it down. You're actually going to want to put this layer out of, so I'm going to use this up, like this little move layer. I'm going to put that out of there so he doesn't, when I color this in, it doesn't cover that. So there you go. We got our layer right there. I'll call it light angle. All right, and that could get deleted later, but this is more of a visual. You don't need to do this. It's just more of a visual for you to see, so you know where to put your stuff. All right, so now that I have that, I'm going back to my darks. On my dark layer, what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and just draw along this whole area, right? Where the sun's not really hitting. I'm going to go here. Let's see. I'm going to take this right here. Actually, this whole thing would probably get it right here. And watch this. So when I'm doing the darks, you see how I'm going outside of that, right? You'll see when, well, actually, yeah, you'll see in a second. I'll just keep going. So I'm going to go here. Let's see, I'm going to put a little of these guys right here. Actually, I'll make it kind of cooler. I'm going to go like this. By the way, your shadow doesn't have to be 100% perfect. You could just make it up for style points. That works too. All right, so I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna have this whole area covered up. And then I'm just gonna go behind all of this because I think most of this wing, save for maybe a cross like right here, because of that shading would be covered up. So let me do this. Let me erase that real quick. I'm gonna do something really cool and make like the flame look like it's getting that. And then yeah, then this whole thing is gonna be black. So let me show you something. I'm gonna use my paint bucket tool. Well, that looks like I got a hole somewhere. Hold on. Did I not close it? Where did I not close that? Here, let me get rid of this and this to see. Oh, see, there it is. There it is. All right, let me put those back. All right, so I made sure it's all closed up. So now watch this. I'm going to use my paint bucket tool and boom. See, it covers that whole area. And here we go. If I set this to overlay and start bringing it down, that's how it's adding some shading just real quick. Oh, looks like I forgot to fill those in. Whoops. There we go. Okay, do you see how it has all of this extra right here? Watch this magic. Watch this right here. You're going to be like, wow, wow, wow. Watch this. All I have to do is click on Inherit Alpha, and what it'll do is it will only be able to paint on the layers below it in this folder. So I give that a click, and boom, cleaned up. Perfect lines. Don't even have to worry about it. Don't at me. See, look at that. Look at that. Quick, easy shadows. Don't even got to worry about nothing. Can go outside as much as you want. See? And take it on. There it is. Gone. There it is. It's gone. So super important to do it that way. You could do it manually by just, drawing it. And just make sure you're like scraping along the edge and stuff like that. But this is such an easier way. All right, so there we go. We're good there. Any more shadow we might want to add, we'll go ahead and put on there. So for example, I'll get some shading on here. I don't see why not. Let's go around like so. Fill it in. And this way is real quick, so you don't have to be like super accurate. You can be accurate enough, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right, so get some on the foot. Let's see, that looks good. I'll leave it there. Make this a little bit bigger. Actually, I can hit it. There we go. That foot's got it. Nice. Cool. I'll leave that there. Let me see. Maybe a little under that arm. Very cute. Yeah, that's looking good. And of course, a little behind the eye. A little behind this eye to show that there is indeed. And then some behind this mouth. Let's see, I think that's probably good enough. And I wonder if this would look good. Maybe. Let me try. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, there we go. There we go. So that's looking good. I think the only thing left that I would do, little shadow there. And yeah, I think we can just chill. Unless we wanted to put a little here. Just okay. I'm not going to go too overboard. All right, so that's good. There we go. We got our shadow on him. And you don't stop there. Now we're going to make another layer right over that. And we're going to call this lights. Or lighting, I guess. I'll call it lighting because I already got something called lights. All right, and so you could choose whatever color you want. I'm just going to go with white for now. And it's the same thing. We're going to click that Inherit Alpha. Or not, actually, not the first time. And then I'm going to go along the parts that are really lit up, which are here especially, I would say here is super lit up. All of this part's going to be very lit up. And all of this is very in the sun. Let's see. That whole wing area is going to be lit up. So I'm just going to go around like this. I'm going to put some of his cheekum is going to be lit up. And I'm going to put, since this is so next to the fire, I'm going to light this up too. Especially right along that tail. There we go. Okay, so that's looking real good. And then do exactly as we did before. Oh, actually, you know, I'll get some of this too. This can probably get lit up really nice. There we go, just the top of that. All right, there we go. All right, and as before, click, oh wait, let me just fill this in. That's already filled in. I don't think there's anything else to fill in. All right, yep. Oh, fill that in. Okay. There we go, how cute. So cute, so cute. This would definitely have a little something and be so cute. And this would have a little something too. Right on that edge. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll click this, boop. Nice and lit up. All right, there's all his stuff. There's all his stuff. I'll put a little something here to make it look like that's going like that. And maybe a little here too. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see what it does. I can always erase it later. Okay, and watch this. We're going to go ahead, do overlay again. Boom. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, I think I'm going to get rid of that. I think I'm going to go like so. So you can always adjust it. That's the nice part. There we go. All right, so he's super lit up from the side. So you can leave it super bright like that, or you could tone it down like that. And how awesome does that character look? It is so good. And now there's no, now we can remove the light source. There's no limit to how many, what's it called, colors that you want to do, or how many light sources you want to add, how many times, like you could go over this again and you can add like even more white. Like if you want to make it so, here, I'm just going to do this. If you want to make it so there is a ton, oops, sorry, I didn't have it selected. You want to make it so like right at the edge is totally lit. You can do that too. So I'll do that just right here. So you want to make it like look kind of special. That's possible as well. Whoops, let me erase that. Make sure it stays on this. Okay. Right, so I'll do the same thing. I'll just tell it I want you to stay on just the edges as it is. And then I'm going to do normal. I'm going to do another overlay and then just take it down. And see, you can add yet another layer of lighting if you want to. I don't really want to, so just delete that. But, you know, there you go. So that was it before. Oh, whoops, I gotta click in there, else it's not gonna recognize I did anything. Oh, well. So there you go. That is your shading and lighting. Look how quick that was. Look how quick. And he looks amazing. You know what? Bonus round, I'm gonna have you do something for the background to make it easy. So for your background, what you could do is you can unlock it. Go ahead and take some colors that are in your picture. So I'm going to take let's see, what do I want for him to make him nice and chill? I'm going to take this blue, and then I'm going to take the other one. I'm going to make it like, I'll make it kind of light like this. So for the flame. And I am going to take my gradient tool, and then for whatever reason, the gradient doesn't start. It starts as fading, foreground to transparent. I'm actually going to switch it over to foreground to background. And then I'm going to go right behind all this on my background layer. And watch this. What a cool little cute background for him. I might even start down here. Let me see. Yeah, I'll go like that. All right, so I'm going to go like that. I might make this even a little darker. Do that again. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's going to be my background for my boy. And right on top of my background, I'm going to go behind him. Let me use my little spray brush here. It's kind of my favorite recently. Just got to find where it is. I think this is it. Is this it? Whoops. I got to go back to my brushes. No, that's not it. I'll find it in a second. Is this it? Yes. Okay. I am going to go behind Mr. Dwagons. Mr. Dwagons. And I'm just going to trace around him with this to kind of make him stick out. There you go. Nothing super involved. Just a little something to make him really like pop. And you'd be surprised, just doing stuff like this really does take that drawing to the next level. So we'll give a little pop. And if you ever have a gap like that, just fill it in. Just fill it in. It's better you fill it in than to just leave a weird open hole. All right. Almost done. It doesn't take much work. Go right here, here, here. And like I said, instead of leaving that gap, just fill her in. And then we'll go around the fire. Fire! There we go. That'll help that stick out. Perfect. Perfect. And I'll put this little flame. I'll also get a little something. Yeah, let's see. Get your little flame right here. A little flare, little flames right there. All right. That looks gorgeous. It's like a sticker. Okay. That is it for today, everybody. That is how you add the last little touches, to your drawing. And that is how you do lighting and shading. Okay, well, thank you very much. I hope you guys had a good one. Go ahead and check out the videos. Make sure you give a subscribe. We're gonna have tons of videos every week, tons of shorts, tons of long forms, all for you guys, giving you all the tips and tricks to make you incredible artists. All right, I'll see you next time. Take care.